I don't know who YBN Almighty J is. He's a rapper, and some of you may know, some of you may have children or grandchildren that know, but he was allegedly robbed Friday night by a group of New Yorkers. He was in New York, outside of Saks Fifth Avenue. There's a video that shows him getting jumped. According to TMZ, the fight began outside of the Saks store, the original Saks store, might I add, on Fifth Avenue in New York, where Jay was shopping with his friends. And then another rapper walked into the store with his crew. Altercation ensued, and it spilled out onto the street. First of all, if I wasn't on the air, I would say this entirely different. This whole conversation would be so different, but I'm going to be PC as much as I can. But this is the reason right here why I, with my non-hooligan self, my non-gangster self, my sometimes boring, dry self, gets in the elevator and other coaches move as far to the left or the right as they can, and they put their purse on the opposite side. This is why I'm followed in stores. Me, with my, some say, famous celebrity self. Because y'all nephews and y'all sons out here acting like idiots. Well, the story goes on. This other rapper walked into the store. Altercation ensued. It spilled out on the streets. The rapper Jay got separated from his friends. He was chased and beat up. Apparently, somebody took a broken Hennessy bottle and lacerated his face. They took his wallet, took his stuff, his chain, and his shoes. The police showed up because they were called, but nobody wanted to report the crime. Are y'all hearing this? Because we don't snitch. And we don't snitch. And the sad part is, online later on that day, somebody is online on looked like a Instagram or Facebook Live or whatever they was doing with this boy's chain wrapped around their neck, bragging. This is all bad because this makes young black men look bad everywhere. Well, Bo, you adding to the problem because you up here advertising it and you telling, I wouldn't have known unless you said it. And I'm glad you know. You know why? Because you, like me in many cases, has a teenage son, a teenage daughter that looks at these lifestyles and idolizes it. They want the pop and the sizzle and the glamour so bad that they'll front like they have it. You know, this culture is one that looks like we have everything and have nothing. If I asked you for $500, you couldn't conjure it up without a GoFundMe. But back in the day, they looked like they had nothing, but were virtual multimillionaires in property and lands and stuff. What's wrong with us, y'all? This is a mess. This is a mess. Who you gonna blame white folk for this? No, come on, black people. We gonna blame white people for this? Maybe you will. I'm saying we need to do better in our own homes. What's your child listening to? Ad nauseum, all the time. But you're so busy, it's hard to be a parent because you got so much other stuff going on. All the while, the culture, YouTube, and all this stuff is raising them to idolize this foolishness. Tell you something. My 16-year-old son is gonna be 17 next month. He don't like me today because I took all of his electronics. His tone needed a little lotion on it, and he did not have the self-awareness to pull up when I was kindly requesting that he did. So I ain't put my hands on him. I just took everything that I know he loved because you don't get to do what you want to do and talk to me or his mom crazy. You ain't about to do that. Now watch this. You have to be an adult, a real parent, to handle the stress of your kid walking around the house tight. And if your wife don't really understand sometimes why you're doing what you're doing, sometimes you got to deal with her being tight. But you know what? That's what being a leader looks like sometimes. Y'all will be all right. You ain't going to be in jail, okay? You're not going to be the person that gets caught up in all of this foolishness because you know you have a father that don't play that mess. I don't care about your little attitude. You'll be all right. But that's what we need more of, ladies and gentlemen. Don't tell me you love me and that you care when you're not willing to do the tough stuff. Yeah, this is a mess. And yeah, we need to pray, but we also need to just man up, woman up, and be parents, be leaders.